My name is Alan Laws. I'm part of the National Citizens Movement. I moved to Navan in 1996. And to talk about jobs in the IDA, I live opposite the IDA. And if you look inside the IDA Business Park, Vincent, the two biggest buildings in the IDA Business Park is one that's occupied by the Gardaí, and the other one is occupied by Meath County Council. Now, all the councillors here, and Shane would know in particular, they voted. We had a state-of-the-art building with the Quinn building. Now, the councillors chose to give that building over to Meath County Council. Now, surely to God, we had a state-of-the-art building in Navan, in the IDA Business Park. Surely to God, we could have attracted in foreign investment. We had a state-of-the-art building. We could have offered it up. We could have gained a few pounds for the taxpayer instead of the taxpayer paying for the building for Meath County Council to occupy. When it comes to jobs, Vincent, I heard you were down the shopping centre. I was down the shopping centre there recently myself. You had a scene which would kind of explode the myth that Fine Gael tried to portray, that the economy is doing better. You've probably seen all the empty units down in the shopping centre when you were down there.
I didn't,
Vincent,
actually.
Right? You might have passed by Spicer's Bakery, which closed. You might have passed by the Newgate Motors, which is also closed. Now, you have a lot of other small businesses closed in the town. You have the hospital workers, the hospital itself is being starved of funds, but you have the hospital workers who've never got a pay rise since before 2008. You have the teachers in the town that's never got a pay rise before 2008, and you have the Gardaí, and you have every other public servant that's never got a pay rise before 2008. You have people existing on social welfare who've been savaged, they've been economically raped by this government, and they're not doing better. So the question I'd like to ask the councillors, the Fine Gael councillors here tonight, who exactly is doing better? Because I don't know anybody, Vincent. I really don't know anybody.
OK, does any of the Fine Gael councillors who are present here want to respond to that? Any of the Fine Gael councillors want to respond? OK.
Just one point there is mentioned about the IDA. People might not be aware, but there's a whole new thinking in the IDA, for the last 5 months as the new chief executive took over. And it is to more actively engage with all local authorities, and particularly to in fact, design its investment by way of partnerships between the local authorities and even the private sector. So this nationally will see, in fact, the local authorities actually once again developing advanced factories in the shape of, say, they call it shell and core, so they can be very easily adapted by those interested in foreign direct investment and new clients. That is policy. That is a change. That is a change for the better.
Yeah, but why then locate Meath County Council offices in
I think that, well, I know your question.
In a facility that was intended for a factory that would come into the area?
Yeah, from all the evidence, in fact, what you need is buildings that match very closely what a client from America or anywhere else could easily adapt. That particular building was not easily adapted.
Why was it built in the first place
by
then?
Anybody.
Why was it built in the first place then?
Well, actually, Sean Quinn built that, so he had his own ideas.
All right, sorry, OK, yeah. Oh, OK.
Yeah. The other thing, by the way, about the number of people leaving the county to work, that is true. That is very true. But it can be skewed because if you look at how we are contiguous with the fastest growing area of the country, which is the city of Dublin. So actually, if you were actually living in Dundalk, please, if you were living in Dundalk and Dunboyne, actually you could cycle to work. It might be just outside the county. Well, that is true. I don't know what. Just a minute, please. No, I'm making my point very clear.
Yeah,
you have Intel right. No, excuse me. You have Intel right on the board. So statistically, you would have people actually leaving the county in a very short distance.